I have to get my lyric sheet because this one has some backstory. So I'm going to explain the backstory, but also I changed the lyrics of this song. Y'all will see. So point being is that so a few years ago in 2018, yes, I went to see I've seen multiple Amanda Palmer concerts, but so I saw this song performed for the first time in 2018. And when she was telling her preamble and giving her backstory, was talking about pro-choice rights and reproductive rights and all that jazz, and was using extremely binary language. And so that of course irked me, and I was like, okay, well, maybe she just doesn't know any better. I like to think that she would, because I'm sure I know she has trans people in her life, so I'm like, okay, well, maybe she's just going on default settings. So then when I saw her again do this song in 2019, it was for an album release, and there was a meet and greet. So I was in the line for the CD, to get the CD to buy it, and then to also get it autographed. And as I was in line, it just was so overwhelmingly clear that I can't just have this CD to be signed for me. It also needs to be signed for my dead friend Sebastian, who was the biggest Amanda Palmer fan in the whole world. And to my knowledge, he never got to actually meet her. He'd been to her concerts but never actually met her. But he was a trans man, and so that in tandem with me already being irked about the the spaces, the gaps in her language, I was like, you know what? So they gave you a post-it note to have, to spell your name, so then it would be signed correctly. So I said, me as well as Sebastian, how to spell his name, but along with that, I gave her this little letter being tiny. I wrote it on my to-go notebook that I keep in my backpack, impromptu, but just being hey, I really love your music. I really love that you're doing a lot of these songs about reproductive rights, but it would be really, really wonderful if you could find ways to make them also inclusive. And of course, you can still have the songs of yours that you've already written, but maybe at least in the preamble, use more inclusive language. And that was in 2019. So then 2020 happened. So all that I've known of her since then has been online, but she really hasn't improved in that way. But just because she can't make her own songs use more inclusive language doesn't mean that I can't. And so I gotta be in my bonnet about this. And something that y'all need to know is that Sebastian named himself, his middle name, Blake, after an Amanda Palmer song. So this is one of her songs that she did at that show when I gave her the letter, that I have now since changed to hopefully be more inclusive, and I need to pull the lyrics up. Okay. Need my cursor, hold on. Okay. Sorry, text being foolish. Okay. Blake, it's Amanda just waving from London. I know that you're going tomorrow, the hardest decision. And I've been on the side of the phone for a month, and I know you're in hell, and I know that you know what you're and I know that you know what I'm oh my god, sorry, can't read. I know you're in hell, and you know that I know what you're feeling. Life's such a bitch, isn't it? When you have a baby, they throw you a party. And then when you die, they get together for a cry. But no one's gonna celebrate you, no one's gonna bring you cake, and no one's gonna shower you with flowers. The doctor won't congratulate you, no one on that pavement's gonna shout at you that your heart also matters. I'm not sure that you'll get this in time. I don't know if you're checking your voicemail at all, but in case it's the morning and you're off at the green light and walking through Copley, I want you to stop for a second. I want you to hear me. You don't need to offer the right explanation. You don't need to beg for redemption or ask for forgiveness. You don't need a courtroom inside of your head where you're acting as judge and accused and defendant and witness. It's a strange grief, but it's grief. Look at all the people in the street. You know the statistics, Blake, even though they may not help. Isn't it amazing how we can never tell who is in an identical hell? No one's gonna celebrate you, no one's gonna bring you cake, and no one's gonna shower you with flowers. The doctor won't congratulate you, no one on that pavement's gonna shout at you that your heart also matters. No one's gonna compliment you, no one's gonna nod their head and wink in league with what you are pursuing. No one's gonna tie surprise balloons into your desk at work, and no one's gonna ask you how you're doing. But I'll be back in Boston by next Thursday. Why don't I come over? I can bring some friends if you want us to come. We can bring you cake and we can bring you flowers. We can bring you wine and we can talk for hours. Ukulele by request. We'll throw you the best. Abortion shower. Okay, there's that one. That one's difficult for secret reasons that I shan't go into. But it's a triptych, so there's one more.